Welcome back to Eastshade. Looks like a good place. No, it's too deep to dismount. Let's go in a wee bit here then. Sheep are coming to greet us. Uh-oh, here comes the rain. Uh-oh. Not nice to be out in the weather like this. Come on, all of a sudden. It's hail, is it? Am I going to be able to get even up here? Oh, there's a boat over here, okay. Somewhere to land. We can cast off then later on. And go over and give that lady her ring back. Sorry but it took me so long. It's like the time when we were going to Nava. We never got there. Until maybe 5 episodes later. Oh, come on. Okay. Probably wasn't pointing in far enough. I should probably sleep. Who goes? Oh, it's PM. Okay. Sink wood in. No way! It in right here on an island. Huh. I picked their bloom sacks. I want to have a look around. This is very nice. I didn't imagine you'd get many visitors out here. It's a strange place to have an inn. Oh, that's lovely. Wonder should I paint that? Hmm. Oh, very good. I don't know what to do, to be honest. Was that a sheep? Yeah. Sheep's having trouble. Well, it's too wet to paint. Let's go in. No way. Hello.
Oh, we're not really taking new visitors. There's been an incident.
Oh.
But with the storm, well, I'll give you the room we were planning to give the detective.
Oh.
We're just about full otherwise.
Sound like there's been a bit of trouble here.
There's been a theft in one of the rooms.
Oh.
The police are on their way now, though it might take a while.
Right.
Don't worry, though. The thief wouldn't dare strike again.
Yeah, I hope. What was taken?
Some sort of important book. Real
Oh.
valuable, I guess, by the way Mr. Historian is reacting. I don't claim to understand what it does. I just know we can't have any thieves making an escape.
And lead on who did it.
We've got all kind of weirdos here. It could be just about any one of them. They're all exhausting me. Most of the guests are napping right now, though, so it's nice and quiet for the moment. Look, since we've got this shady business going on here, I'm not going to charge you. You can have a room upstairs, first door on your right.
Thank
At
you.
any rate, it looks like you don't have much choice but to stay. The storm is raging out there.
What's the story of this old inn?
My great-great-grandparents built it as a waypoint for expeditions north, and for folks building windmills on the Teefmore Bluffs.
Right.
It's well past its glory days, and I can't imagine this situation is going to do much to boost its reputation.
Any suspects?
Not exactly. Well, there was this university student. Strange thing. She arrived around noon, coming from Nava. A few hours later, the historian arrived, followed by Helena and that businessman, Vadim. The student went off to a room. I figured she wanted an early start in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But then she came out a little after sunset, bags all packed, telling me she had to leave and take care of an emergency. I felt bad for her having to leave in the night like that.
Interesting. Saving the ruins, but not the spirits within them. Reporter Esther Clearwell. The Tiefmoor ruins gain new protection today following concerns of disturbance to sacred land. Of disturbance to sacred land. The new laws mandate that the historical ruins cannot be used for profit if an ancient relic is found within the site. I wonder should I use the tincture? However, a pre-existing law states that if any ancient relics are found on historical sites, scientists will be given free rein over the land in order to conduct a full study and record the findings for posterity even. Unfortunately, this does little to protect the native inhabitants who believe the sacred ruins should not be entered by anyone for any reason. Activists have loudly stated there is nothing of interest within the ruins, but only time will tell if this is true and whether science or business will be taking over the bluffs. This is amazing. There's loads of stuff. Share for Riley Amir. Irish. Nice one. Amir Riley. Name rings a bell. Is this a whodunit? Do I have to solve a whodunit? This is going to be interesting. Tiefmoor Runes, a simple and spiritual discussion. Helena Marwood. There are some in Eastshade who hold to the silly notion of finding great riches and antique wonders within the ruins. In reality, however, it is a known fact among native people that the ruins of our ancestors contain nothing of material value. These tombs are home to the ghosts of our ancestors, and traipsing through them in search of fortune or answers to our past would deeply dishonour those who walked before us. I have said before, and will say again for all eternity, aside from the resting spirits, there is absolutely nothing within the Tiefmoor ruins that would impress a modern Eastshadian. Well, that's basically just begging for me to go and look at it, isn't it? Musician, eh?
Hi, I'm Amir.
Hello, Amir.
You are going to crack this case, right? My girlfriend and I were supposed to play a show tonight. Oh, this is horrible.
I see. Think I'm the detective. Seem pretty eager to leave.
Yeah, I am. I just told you that. We were really hoping to play Anava tonight. I don't know if this will help, but there was someone down on the beach late last night. I couldn't sleep, so I was looking out of my window at the lake, searching for inspiration. But yeah, someone was down there.
Which room is yours?
Just past the innkeeper's counter. You can go in, the door's unlocked. We figured since we don't have any interesting books, we're probably safe from the thief.
Who did you see on the beach?
I couldn't tell. They seemed like they might be tall, maybe, but certainly mysterious.
Seen anything strange?
That businessman, Vadim, he's pretty strange. Obsessed with money. He's given me several nasty looks. And the woman over in the corner, Belinda, she keeps giggling at everyone.
Tiefmoor ruins?
They're a point of controversy around here. Some people want them open to the public, and some people think they're a sacred space. I understand that the ancient people wouldn't have wanted us to disturb their tomb, but it would have been pretty neat to play a show in there.
So, go and have a look in your room before I start questioning others. Is this your girlfriend?
Are you the authorities? Do you paint the crime scene to help find clues?
Not a bad idea. I'm looking into the case.
Okay, well, my boyfriend and I really need to get off this lake. We're supposed to be playing a show in Narva tonight, but the innkeeper won't let anyone leave.
I see, you're Riley. This is a serious matter.
It's so frustrating. We've never played anywhere important, and the one chance we get, this has to happen.
What do you know about the thief?
A book
Theft.
was stolen. It must contain the meaning of life, because I can't see any other reason it would be such a big deal.
Did you see anything suspicious?
We got here yesterday afternoon. We ate dinner, played some music, and went to bed. I heard some scuffling in the middle of the night, but I just thought it was rats. Ugh, they're everywhere.
Thief Morans?
It's such a bad situation. The indigenous people just want the land to stay sacred. All they ask is that no one goes in the ruins. But the university is constantly sending people over to investigate. They want to extract the artifacts. And there's this new law that says if the scientists can't find any ancient relics in the ruins, then the ruins aren't historically important, and so don't get any protections. That means the sacred space could be dishonored by random hikers. I mean, of course the scientists won't find any relics. They aren't even allowed inside. So the land is really in peril right now. It's just a mess.
You know your stuff. That's all for now.
Just hurry up and find the criminal, okay?
Could be a bit nicer. First on the right, did he say? Helena. Detective. That's mine. Historian. Omiros. Vadim. We don't want to sleep it out just yet. What are we doing here? Radamila Belinda. Okay. Start with this woman.
Hello, Detective. My name's Belinda, and I'm an open book, I tell you. Any questions you have, I'm completely ready to answer. I don't have a single thing to hide. The only suspicious thing I've seen is that historian. He's been running into our rooms, snatching up our things and dragging them around for others to inspect. It makes you wonder if he isn't trying to cover something up.
Why are you visiting?
My sister and I are taking a relaxing vacation. She hardly gets out of the house anymore, and I thought the fresh air out here would do her some good.
What is her illness?
Knees, thighs, toes, a continual upset stomach. Old age, you might say.
Have you noticed anything odd?
I have. It seems that Miss Helena is unwell. I've seen her looking very sick and tired as she moves about the inn. You'll see. Something's wrong with her.
Thanks.
Who are you? You don't look like the authorities. Another suspect. When did you get here? Oh, sure.
Bill.
Well, watch yourself. There's a thief on the loose, and no one's even trying to catch them.
What did they take?
In my translation book, it contains runes that would allow me to enter and learn more about the Tiefmoor ruins.
Ah.
It's highly sensitive and confidential information.
I see.
I was on my way to the ruins when the thief made their move. Very few people know about the translation book. Someone must have been following me.
It's very suspicious.
And the authorities. Delayed by a boating mishap. At this rate, the thief is going to slip away in the night.
Eternal battle of love. They pulled each other close as moonlight washed over them. Surely nothing shall ever part us now, for we have braved through beasts and frozen nights, starvation and drought, yet finally life has brought me back to your arms. Our love shall last forever, but the battles have not ended. Our lives have been foretold in the stars, and this is only the beginning. You can leave now and seek a simpler life, one with riches and comfort, warmth and a soft bed. No one would blame you. He knew that no warmth would be as real as that of her hands. No bed comfortable after sharing the ground with her. All his riches and comfort we found in her eyes, her stories, her smile. I will go with you. 5941. I'll write that one down. Five, 9, 4, 1. Interesting. And this at the Tiefmoor ruins. I didn't notice you were in bed. You're the sick friend, I presume. Let's see. Ancient power of the Tiefmoor runes. Healing magic. Some believe the Tiefmoor runes hold the power to heal all wounds and illness. Why we do not enter the runes to seek out this power is beyond comprehension. It is trusted by many that simply standing in the presence of the runes is enough to cure small sicknesses and ease the mind of worry. It is a sad thing that the progeny of the peoples who built these magical places do not see fit to share the wonderful spiritual energy here. They instead lock it away. Could it be they want the power only for themselves? Alas, we must respect their wishes and only wonder at the amazing energy still sealed within the walls of the ruined tombs. Interesting. These seem to have a fair bit on the ruins. Hello.
Ah, so you finally made it, Detective. I was hoping you'd be delayed, so we could have more excitement.
Radmilla. You're enjoying this.
Well, of course. My sister Belinda dragged me here all of a sudden for a quiet retreat. But I don't much like quietly retreating. I'd rather have the suspense of a conniving thief in our midst.
So did you steal it? Number code in the book.
You skipped to the last page? Don't spoil the ending for me. The businessman Vadim gave me that book last night. I haven't finished it yet, and I don't know anything about those numbers. They better not be important to the story.
Ruins painting?
Yes. My husband and I used to go on dates at the ruins. The night sky and the fresh air, all surrounded by the history of the island. It's a very romantic spot, you know.
And healing. That's what you were seeking, wasn't it?
No, I'm
Didn't see
trapped in
anything
this
strange.
bed. There's nothing at all to see here. But I did hear a young girl pacing outside my door before the theft. She seemed very flustered.
How did you know?
I called her inside and we talked a bit about books. She was a student at the university. Suddenly she said she needed to go. What a sad girl.
Thank you. So for now. Nothing, no.
What a mess this is.
Yeah. Any suspects?
Not exactly. Well, strange thing. She arrived around noon, coming from Nava. A few hours later, the historian arrived, followed by Helena and that businessman, Vadim. I felt bad for her having to leave in the night. Just about everyone in this area has an opinion on them. Indigenous people think no one should even look at them. Most everyone else just wants to see what's inside. I had a pal who snuck inside when we were kids. She wouldn't tell me what she saw in there, though. Kinda doubt she actually did it.
This is mighty strange. Aha. Chief Moore Runes property deed of sale. Seller also agrees to make a public and solemn declaration that they have personally entered the ruins and determined them to be completely empty and void of sacred importance. Blue Rose Industries will conduct an archaeological study to confirm these statements. With compliance to these standards, the seller agrees to the payment of 2,000 glowstones for the complete property and rights to all explorations of the Tiefmo ruins in any manner Blue Rose Industries see fit. Please sign below. Interesting. The game is afoot. Don't see anything else around here. Sturdy boats.
You're making great strides, Detective. I know you'll have this sorted out in no time.
You know I'm not the
Oh.
detective.
Right. Well, anyway, I'm sure you'll find the culprit. As soon as the criminal still hasn't been found, I've taken the liberty of locking everyone's boat ashore.
Good.
Shouldn't be travelling in the storm anyway. Why don't you take these keys and continue investigation of the suspects in their rooms?
Thank you. Hello.
Ah, good. You've finally arrived to sort this out. Check through my suitcase and I'll be on my way, Detective.
No one's leaving. Eager to make your escape?
Yes, actually. We've been trapped here all day waiting for you. I had a meeting scheduled in Lindau. I may have lost a client over this. A wasted opportunity at the moment. Who doesn't love the idea of visiting a tomb thousands of years old? Who wouldn't love the sense of discovery and heritage? Who wouldn't pay dozens and dozens of glowstones for that kind of experience? I'm going to bring that dream to life. I promise you that.
Right. Numbers in the romance novel.
Numbers? I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. I picked up that book in a small market last week. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I gave it to Rad Miller.
Oh, does
That
make it strange?
historian! He's a madman! He tore through our rooms this morning, screaming about his wretched book.
It's all for now. Who's this lady? Is this Helena?
You don't look like any detective I've ever seen.
Or Helena?
I won't be answering your questions.
You won't? How about a smack upside the head with an easel? Huh?
You don't look like any detective I've ever seen. I won't be answering your questions.
Well, yours is the first one we'll check then. My dearest family, I've thought a lot about our dedication to preserving the sanctity of the ruins. It has meant so much to me that you've all stood by my side in this battle. It pains me to write that my health is declining. There is little to be done, but with any luck, there may be a treatment available in Nava. I only hope that... They all seem to have reason to... Oh, I could have painted a much nicer painting than that. Why didn't you put in for a commission? Oh. Oh. Well, now, I'm just going to take a copy of that. Can I? And swing it around like that. Grand. Interesting. Kind of looks like the book. Doesn't it? Doesn't say it, but it's definitely symbols. Has she stolen it? Very interesting indeed. So,
I don't think you're a real detective at all.
tell me about the Tiefmore ruins.
Those ruins mean everything to me. All I've ever wanted is to preserve that sacred ground.
Have you seen anything strange?
Yes, I have. Those musicians have been desperate to get out of here since the moment the book went missing. They've been singing all kinds of obnoxious songs about this situation. Annoying fiends.
What about the glyphs?
That's an old poem from the native people on the Tiefmore Bluffs. I keep it with me as a reminder to always be thankful.
So, for now, it's my room. Okay, Vadim, let's have a look at, see what nonsense you're up to. Ooh. Oh. How do I do this? 5? No? I spin them? Oh, how am I supposed to know the numbers? Interesting. It's a combination, but I don't see any numbers. Okay, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Why did that move the two of them? Oh, that's not fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's unusual to see you playing with that. Is that fun? You can play games too, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this one would be... we have to turn it around first. The 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one is 1. Yes! Yes! V, I was digging around near the old ruins you're so obsessed with. Found this thing. It looks an awful lot like an ancient relic. Thought you might want to keep it safe till you officially own the property. Hope you can come up with a few extra glowstones for me in exchange. Well now. What do you make of that? Huh? They're all crooked. Someone go into my room.
Have you any progress?
Notice anything strange?
The historian!
Yes. Numbers in the romance novel?
Numbers? I'm afraid I don't know anything.
Yeah, so you're lying. Oh! Qualneath root for temporary treatment of nerves, forgetfulness. Ah, forgetfulness and shaky hands. No more than 2 drops a day. Omeros, please take this letter as a formal notice of dismissal from your position at the university. We appreciate your hard work through the decades. However, time has proven that there is no new information to discover regarding the Tifmo ruins, and unfortunately the university can no longer fund the program. Ah, my sincerest regrets, O.T. Dean. You having fun there, Puss? I think you're having great crack. Never saw it as lively. So he's a bit upset, and perhaps he's just forgotten what he's done with the book. Forgetfulness. Oh, you. What's the story here? Property of Nicole. I can't believe this is the last time I've ever set foot in these ruins. I know Auntie H would never sell the land for tourism, but she doesn't look well lately and I'm worried about her. The least I can do is ensure the land stays in our family. I've been sneaking out small relics to study in secret, but now it's too dangerous. Auntie H never wanted the ruins swarmed with archaeologists, and that's what would happen if the university found out what's really in here. Shawa said our ancestors' spirits live down here, and in the cool silence I can almost believe it. It really is a sacred place.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm not
Nicole.
really sure what's going on.
Someone's just about walking outside. That's interesting. You've walked into the scene of a crime. Heard you packed up pretty quick last night. Ever heard of the Tifmo ruins?
Of course. Those halls belong to my ancestors, and my aunt lives on the property. I mean, for now, she's probably going to have to sell it.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you leave so suddenly yesterday?
Oh, right. There was an emergency, but don't worry, everything's okay now.
I'll need to inspect your trunk.
Are you sure it's necessary?
Looking mighty
Okay,
suspicious.
it's just on the ground.
Aha, good news. The real detective has arrived.
Can I help?
The journal?
Okay, you caught me, all right? I know how to get into the ruins, and I've been going in there for years. Is that what you want to know? So yes, it was me.
What about the translation book?
Translation book? I don't know what you're talking about.
Book related to the ruins of stone.
Oh, gosh. I thought you were looking for a trespasser.
Did you steal the treasures in your suitcase?
I didn't steal them. They belong to my ancestors.
Who would benefit from access to the ruins?
Everyone. Except my aunt and my parents who think the ruins need to stay empty for our old spirits. But there aren't any spirits. I've been in there 100 times.
Where are you going now?
I just wanted to bring home one last reminder of the ruins. I was hoping to defend them like my aunt always has.
Wait here.
Are you the impromptu detective? Sorry it took me so long to get here. The innkeeper just filled me in on the situation. It seems like you've been doing good work here. Do you have a prime suspect?
Not yet.
I've just been sitting here quietly. Not a toe out of line on my part.
They all have something to hide. Magical powers?
Well, who knows, really? We can't get in there to find out. But it's nice to dream. My sister loved hiking and traveling more than anything. Now she can only travel in her books.
Nice.
What a mess this is.
Yeah.
Look, we've already searched everyone's trunks. The book isn't here. Thief's got it hidden somewhere else. But maybe, if you take a look, you'll find something that points to the killer. I mean, the thief.
This place is teeming with suspicious folk. Glyphs?
What? You found this here? Why, I can't fully translate it, but I think this is describing a poem about cattle. Or about gold. I need my translation book.
Medication?
Why are you searching through my things? I only opened my trunk so the suspects would feel more comfortable opening theirs. Surely I can't be a suspect in this crime. That medication is my private business.
Letter of dismissal.
Ahem. I would appreciate if you mind my privacy. I am the victim here, after all. It's true I'm being let go from my position at the university, but this is my life's work we're talking about. I can't just abandon this when I'm so close to finding all the answers. But really, detective, this is a waste of time. You should be investigating the actual suspects.
Tell me about the Chief Moore rooms.
The ruins are an incredibly rich source of culture and heritage for the people of Eastshade. I believe that within the ruins there are relics that would help us understand our beginnings on this island. But somehow, there are people who think history is a waste of time, and they've thwarted my efforts of discovery at every turn.
Just hurry up and find the criminal, okay?
Yeah.
Hello again, Detective. What's the dirt?
I don't think you're a real detective at all.
Can I help? I know how to get into the ruins and I've been going in there for years. Is that what you look? I can't tell you that.
Why?
Translation book? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, gosh. I thought you were looking for I just wanted to bring home one last reminder.
right here. Well, I don't think it's you.
Ask me anything you want, Detective.
I don't think it's your sister.
I have. It seems that Miss Helena is unwell. I've seen her looking very sick and tired as she moves about the inn. You'll see. Something's wrong with her.
Yeah, she didn't want to answer my questions either. She piped up pretty soon after, and then she has glyphs in her room. No, he did say something about the glyphs.
Did you figure it out yet?
I'm getting there. Who did you see on the beach?
I couldn't tell. They seemed like they might be tall, maybe, but certainly mysterious.
Could be the doctor, not the doctor, the historian.
What a mess this.
Any suspects?
Not exactly. Strange thing. I felt bad.
Is he still down there? Yeah.
Well, has the culprit made any mistakes?
Glyphs. Tell me about the glyphs again.
What? You found this here?
Yeah.
Why, I can't fully translate it, but I think this is describing a poem about cattle. Or about gold. I need my translation book.
Okay. Yeah, so to translate you need your translation book. That makes sense. And it's Helena's. She doesn't want to say anything. She's basically just in it for the crack. He's definitely suspicious and up to no good. He lied to us.
I don't think you're a real detective at all.
Glyphs.
That's an old poem from the native people on the Teefmore Bluffs. I keep it with me as a reminder to always be thankful. Those ruins mean everything to me. All I've ever wanted is to preserve that sacred ground. Yes, I have. Those musicians,
No.
they've been...
It's either of you two. My money's on you at the moment. Or him.
Have you any progress?
He's in it for the money anyway, so he's not going to tell me that he's been stealing stuff. She's in it. She's up to something. I thought a lot about the dedication, preserving the sanctity of the ruins. It has meant so much to me that you've all stood by my side in this battle. It pains me to write that my health is declining. There's little to be done, but with any luck, there may be a treatment available in Nava. I only hope that. This makes me think she stole the book to translate what this is. That it may not be a poem at all. He doesn't really know. It is a poem. So maybe she's telling the truth on that. But no one else's glyphs. And why, of all things? I think it's her. My money's on either of these two, and I think it's her. He's money oriented, and the book is of no use to him. She has glyphs. The book could be of use to her. I think the musicians are nothing important about them. This girl, she's Agatha Christie, basically. She wants to know what all the crack, and the old woman is the only honest one in it. Yeah. Okay.
It seems like you've been doing good work here. Do you have a prime suspect?
I do. What do I get if I get it wrong? Historian, innkeeper, student, none of these people. Helena, Belinda, Vadim, musician, none of these people. Wait, let me think.
Really? That's very interesting. Let me have a look around and see if I can confirm your suspicions. Looks like you're well on your way to becoming a full-fledged detective.
I've got it!
Certainly
I got an
nice to
achievement.
have someone else carry out the interrogations. Sad story this is. Looks like Helena was hoping to sell off the land to the tourist industry. Worth quite a lot of money. Said she was trying to take a final look inside the ruins. That's why she needed the book. Must have been having second thoughts about selling the land. Unfortunately for her, we've now got solid evidence that the ruins are filled with ancient relics.
Good.
No chance of selling the property now. Ownership will most likely default to university.
Right.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't reward you for your work.
Oh.
Please, accept these glowstones I'm authorized to award good Samaritans like yourself. And I believe my work here is just about
40 euro.
done.
Glowstone. Deadly. Fantastic. Thief Sinkwood completed. Oh, fantastic. That was brilliant. Who's this again?
So,
you've actually weren't...
you actually weren't the detective after all.
Well, you were right about that anyway.
I just had to see if there was anything in the ruins. All my life, I've believed there's nothing but spirits in there. I've started to see that no one else believes that. I can't afford for the land to go to science. Science doesn't pay.
Yeah,
But my heart couldn't afford for the ruins to be opened as a tourist location. I just thought the translation book might hold some answers for me. Might help me solve this puzzle. Vadim made an offer on the land. He suggested running his own excavation for sacred objects.
Yes.
But really, I knew he would do everything possible to destroy what he found.
Yeah, he was taking that away.
I took the book and planned to sneak inside the ruins. Just take a peek. I wouldn't have destroyed anything, and if I found something, I would have reported it to the university right away.
I doubt it.
Now, the ruins will be opened to the university. We'll just have to see what happens.
Interesting. Very interesting. What happens
And
now?
I believe my work here is just about done.
Good.
Opened to the university.
Well, I thought Helena
We'll
was
just have to see
acting
what
strange.
happens.
You were right.
Guess you can always count on me, Detective. Who knows? Maybe they will find some cures in the ruins. That would really be something.
It would. Do you know there's something in the water?
I didn't expect things to happen so quickly. I guess the ruins aren't ours anymore. I'm glad the university will be studying them. I've always wondered about everything I saw in there. Poor Auntie H. I wish she could see inside. She must have been really desperate to end up taking that book.
Yep, I think so. This room is open now to us. This wasn't before. Thank you for that. Sinkwood Inn, property deed of sale. No. Kavork agrees to sell Sinkwood Inn to Blue Rose Industry for the complete... sale includes the building, grounds and business. Any employees remaining in the inn will be employees of Blue Rose Industries and subject to salary negotiations. Oh. That's Vadim.
Oh well, I'm happy to hear there's something of interest in those ruins. Well, I guess Vadim won't want to buy my inn anymore.
Oh.
But maybe he'll get more interest now anyway. Who knows? I just might convert one of these rooms into a ruins museum.
Good idea. Converting the room to a ruins museum. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Finally, we can leave. Maybe we'll get to play in Nava after all.
Maybe I will.
Thanks for working on this case, Detective. We were worried we'd be trapped here forever.
I think the storm has passed too. That's good.
I can't say I'm pleased the case was cracked. I was quite enjoying the excitement. Back to dreary days in bed, I suppose.
It's too bad the ruins are going to be swept up by the university. Wasted opportunity. The entire island would have profited from the tourism. All in the name of science, I suppose.
Maybe the old fella's outside. He forgot to come back in. Good news.
Well, after we recover the translation book from Helena, maybe I can get my position at the university back as well.
That would be brilliant.
The ruins have always been important to her. I only hope I can preserve them for future generations. And imagine what we can learn about the past.
Yeah.
Eventually, I hope it will be better this way.
You know, I've met some
if
of the
we
first folk.
uncover even one artifact, the ruins will be protected forever. No tourists, no names carved in the walls by hooligans, no trash tossed around. Just a bastion of history.
I know where there's something.
On an unrelated note, I saw the, shall we call it the watercraft you arrived here in.
Yes,
I've drawn up some instructions for you on how
cool.
to build a reed boat. They're commonly used around here. No need for whatever that thing is. You also find reed boats quite capable of coastal travel. I can't imagine your contraption there is. You'll need heavy reeds. They're wider and flatter than the usual sort.
How many?
Best wishes, and, sorry for accusing you of taking my translation book. I'm sure you understand.
It's alright. Wow. So now we can build a reed boat. 20. Oh, only 10. Twine. Oh, we need to make more twine. Excellent. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh, a real boat. A real boat. Whoa. A real boat. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Is there anything else I need to do here? Our work is done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. All the best. Bye-bye. Go give this woman a ring.